Hello. Right now I'm with, who am I with?
Nina Priester.
Nina Priester. And what I truly value in you is that you were able to come up to us and just really give us cookies. And that came from such a place of giving that it just really opened my heart. And the capacity for you to be social is beyond beautiful. And I think that's awesome. Personally, what I want to ask you, although you're so giving and you have such a heart, what have you personally struggled in the social world, in building relationships, in maybe something with your parents, in maybe having a boyfriend, or maybe strangers? What's something personally that you've struggled socially?
Okay, so for me, I'm a pretty social person, but I feel like I struggle whenever it comes to sharing my feelings and making like a deeper connection. So to try and make that deeper connection, like I try to talk to people more and I try and just be nice to people and try and build a stronger connection. And I do this by giving to people. I try and be kind, do stuff out of the ordinary, give away cookies if I can. But yeah, that's pretty much me. Most of the time I'm like totally fine with friendships and relationships, but whenever it gets to a deeper level, then I get kind of nervous to share my feelings. But I feel like that's with everybody because it's like a trust problem. But then that's why I want to build the trust with doing things for people.
You know, the thing about just being able to share that aspect in yourself, it's super hard because a part of us wants to control the situation. A part of us wants to be liked, wants to be like this, wants to come across in a certain way. But it's really about, for me to be vulnerable and for really to share my feelings towards another person, it's really about saying, you know what, I am brave, and really just go full throttle into it. And you'll notice, what you've noticed is that when you just made that extra courage, that leap of faith, all these words that just kind of came out. And you're like, what happened right there? You're like, what? Right? Like when you made that leap of courage to just do it, all these things just kind of expanded and came out. And personally, what we're gonna work on, because I personally have struggled with that too, is that I want you, to a random person, anybody, I want you to give a random cookie towards this person, to a person, and I want you to intentionally share something about yourself that you normally wouldn't share towards another person.
Okay.
And I want you to try that. Is that cool?
We'll try it.
All right. Thank you.
Hi, did you want a cookie? I'm good. Are you sure? Would you like a chocolate chip cookie? All right.
And what you want to realize about that is that I'll just keep going, everybody.
Okay.
I'll tell you later. I'll break it down.
Now, I'm not really a huge cookie person because of the health aspects of it, and I'm not saying that I'm the healthiest person that knows everything. But the real reason why I chose Nina is because she was such in a place of giving. She was in a place of nurturing and caring, and she really wanted the best for people. And that's why I chose Nina, and thank you.
Hey, did you want a chocolate chip cookie? They're for my informative speech. Yeah.
What do you need cookies for?
Well, I had an informative speech and I had some extras, so I just wanted to hand some out, give them away.
Nice of you. You just dumped them in the garbage.
I'm Nina, by the way.
I was going to say the
Nice
same
to meet
thing.
you.
Right? I'm Robert.
Nice to meet you. For me, it's just how I view myself. I want everybody to think I'm a good person.
Well, if you're a good person, that's how everyone's going to view you as.
I guess that's true.
No,
So
that's
I
very
think it's
true.
just...
You gave me this cookie after all.
Yeah, so I think it's really just in my head, and I think that's the problem with a lot of other people. They just have negative thoughts about themselves, even though that might not be the case.
Primarily just their ego. you know, they want this image, this mask that they put out so people could like them because they view themselves as this lower, right? I could tell you that you're very beautiful, but you probably wouldn't believe me.
You got me there, but thank you. So, how do you get to a point where you don't feel insecure about things?
Really?
How do you build your self-confidence?
You have to love yourself. Self-love.
And in what ways can you do that?
I just want to give Nina a spectacular applause for the capacity for her to be vulnerable, because vulnerability creates understanding, it creates longevity, it creates a level of peace and healing and connection with two people. Now, what happens with vulnerability, out of nowhere, you may find that people may become harsh. People may leave the situation. People may judge you. People may do this, this, and this. And with all these different responses that you get from the outer world, it is your ability to not identify and to be self-conscious about what the outer world is giving you. And the moment when you make that decision of courage to let go of the control of how the world is going to respond to you, then people, high vibration energy, random situations will literally spontaneously appear in your life. And I have seen this time and time again. The moment when I was the most vulnerable, it was almost like I was calling out to the universe, yo, this person may not be able to feel it around me, but give me a person that can receive this message. And that's the power of vulnerability.
It's just as easy as 1, 2, 3. You need to find out who you are first. When you do, love yourself, the good and the bad. Accept who you are.
Okay.
That way you'll be able to go out and see the world without feeling like people are just gonna, I mean, people could think whatever they want, but that's not gonna affect who you are. Right?
Yeah. Thank you.
A little better?
A little bit. I guess it just takes practice.
You suffer from that. Little self-esteem?
A little bit, but I'm trying to work on it. Like you said, self-love and not caring about what negative thoughts comes in my mind.
Well, when you self-love, you'll be able to understand what that love is, right? Mm-hmm. And then express it to other people. Mm-hmm. Because let's say you want people to feel good. Well, how can you do that when you don't understand what that is, because you're not doing it to yourself. But when you do, well, now you have an understanding. You give what you learn to other people, and that way they find themselves and, find that inner peace that everyone's been trying to find. A lot of people, when we're growing up, we're in that age where, well, who am I? What's my purpose in life? Mm-hmm. Well, you just have to reflect on yourself, like just meditate on it and realize there's nothing to worry about. You just have this life and live in the moment. Like right now, I've got these great cookies and I'm being filmed and I'm alright. I don't care what people think about me. Nobody knows me. So it's like, yeah, if you be yourself, because people can sense ungenuine people all the time. Mm-hmm. It's just there. And that's a big turnoff. But a person who's just legitimately happy, content with themselves, mm-hmm. well, everyone wants to be around that person.
Yeah. Sorry.
Because that's a good vibrational person. And who doesn't like good vibrations?
Now, the beauty of what I want you guys to notice here is that Nina is choosing to listen to a random stranger. Now, sometimes the stranger that you're speaking to doesn't look like a person that you would want to listen to. Maybe it's something about how much money they have, or they're dressed in a certain way, or they have a particular body shape. And what you want to notice is that if you're basing your ability to listen on the physical world, on the reality of form, in the dimension of form, you are not able to see the energetic world that is going on. You are not able to see the energy that is within them. And Robert, since he's coming from the place of expression and love and understanding and giving, most of the time, that energy is worth listening to.
Yeah, so to change a world and make society a more loving community, like, you have to start in oneself, basically.
Well, how else? No one can make you happy. You yourself can only make you happy, and it's easier. It's easy just to make yourself happy. It's like a switch, but people have so much mental baggage that they created that they're unable to face that thing. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, what do you think? Like, what goes into your mind?
Just the way I act in front of people. Like, whenever I'm talking to somebody, I'm worried about how I may come off. I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to make myself look bad, and that's like with most people.
Yeah, but then you're not being yourself, right?
Yeah.
You're not being in the moment. You're not being relaxed. You know, like, it's like if you think I'm one way, that's fine, because I'm being myself. That's the ultimate thing. Like, if you don't like who I am, that's just means we're not supposed to be talking, right?
Yeah, so I think my problem is just learning to be more comfortable with myself.
Comfortable in your own skin, all that kind of stuff. But what else? There has to be more than that.
Well, I have problems, like, emotionally, like, sharing my feelings with other people because of relationships, friendships, because I'm afraid of those deep connections. Like, I'm afraid to trust people, I guess.
Why?
So
Because you think they're just gonna stab me in the back later?
I guess it's possible because experiences and things seen. So
like, I can tell by your body language that it's very, a little hard. Right?
But it's okay.
But I'm telling you that there's nothing to worry about, really. I mean, what's there to worry about? Truly everyone wants to be loved and all that kind of stuff. But people think too much into themselves that they're not able to see it. You know? You gotta, like I said, just live in the moment, because that's all you have. Don't think about the future. Don't think about your past. Live in the moment. The person you are in the moment is, who you are. Embrace it, and then you'll have that confidence, and then you'll be happy, and like real happiness. But once you do that, you conquer anything. You can make the world yours, because that's the law of attraction. If you're open to things come to you. If you're saying no, I can't do this, then they won't come. You're putting mental blocks. You're making all this stuff which is just absolutely unnecessary. I would say go travel somewhere and see people, meet people, and then you find out that there's a big world and all that. It's not just about, you. It's about, making connections with people and all that stuff. So there's people comes in all shades, right? But when you're good, you meet other good people. So don't sweat about someone's backstabbing. When you know that you have this good connection with someone, when you're good yourself, you can tell who's the genuine people and the genuine people. Okay. It's a little calming now.
Yes.
All right. So what do you think about yourself?
In what way?
What's the bad stuff?
Like, as an appearance or emotional? Oh.
Your appearance is fine, by the way. It's perfect. You're just a cute girl. If you don't think so, well, sorry.
I feel like with most people, like, there's like a long list of things, like just like hair, body image, just like things like that.
It's all personal. Everyone's different. It all depends in here. How beautiful the person's there on the inside. That leads through the eyes,
Yeah.
It's like, I can tell you're a good person. Like, I understand, like, it's like, oh, so like, oh, what she thinks. So, no, just what I'm saying is I like it. I mean, I got the cookie. Right?
Yeah, so I guess I just need to think that everybody has insecurities and like everybody's worried about themselves. So
Well, don't
you don't
worry
have
about
to
other
like
people's
yeah,
other
you don't
people.
you don't have to worry about other people because everybody's worrying about themselves, and once they get past that, they can learn to love themselves and you can learn to love each other.
Well, yeah, that's the ultimate goal. If you want a good, loving community, well, you can't make a community where everyone's just hating the world or hating themselves. Because when a person's mean, right, to people, it's not because they're inherently evil. That doesn't exist. What it means is that that person is just really ignorant, right?
Okay.
They don't know any better. They take it out on life. You know, they feel like life's treating them bad, and they're like, I wish I could be a different person. Thing is, you can be a better person if you just be nice. Talk to people, like tell them hey, nice dress, stuff like that. You know?
Make small connections.
No, just be a normal being. That's
Okay.
Every human being has that like thing where we were made to socialize and all that kind of stuff. You know?
Right.
And nowadays people are very dissociated with it. You know, social media and all that kind of stuff. People are very disconnected, which is why many people have baggage nowadays. It wasn't like that in the 80s. In the 80s, you can go up to anyone, crack a smile, and talk. That's how you did it. Cell phones weren't a thing. You had to call somebody, make a deeper connection. But since we have the age of the internet,
There's so many things to hide behind.
Right. I mean, for instance, it looks weird when I ask people numbers. Right? What's your Snapchat? I don't want to give you my Snapchat. I don't even have one. Because I know you're going to stalk me later instead of trying to talk to me and get to know me. See what I mean? Because what we're doing now, you know.
I feel like this is rare, honestly.
This is rare?
Yes,
This is common
because
for me.
for very often it's all through social media, occasional hangouts, but whenever it's rare to have like a full conversation with somebody that you don't know or somebody that you just met.
I mean, I expect to know people, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if for instance, this is how it happens. If you were negative, we wouldn't have the conversation. You wouldn't have gave me this cookie. But since you did such good things, I'm opening up to you.
Thanks.
See? It's just be comfortable with yourself. That's all it really is. I mean, what else do you have?
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I guess
Well,
it's
if you
hard
don't
for me
have
to.
anything,
It's
you
hard.
don't
It's
have-
hard for me to think.
If you don't have anything if nothing comes straight to your head, then you don't have anything to worry about. Right? Don't you? You just have to worry about, oh, look where I am. It's beautiful.
Just living in the moment.
Well, once you know that, life becomes more beautiful, and then you're just really content. I mean, some people have it rough. Some people, some people are manic depression and all that kind of stuff. But even they, you know, it's rough. Everyone's capable of just being zen or whatever. But that's all it is. I mean, I can't make you that way. I mean, I can help you, guide you that way. Obviously, my words have
You can lead a
influence.
horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Exactly. It's your choice. That's your free will as a human being. That's why we're here, right? Free will. Makes more sense.
What was your name again?
My name's Robert.
Robert? And then again, one more time.
Nina?
Nina, all right, Nina and Robert, okay. So what happened in this situation, since you were in the vibration of giving, since you were in that vibration, what happened is that allowed you to manifest the right people. So notice how this kind of like happened. Like notice how we're kind of on the same frequency. We're all about the moment, we're all about just letting go of what are like thinking. Notice how you were able to attract that. When you were in a place of giving, although there were people that said no, right? As you continued to go up to people, and feel free. As you continue to go up to people, you attract, it almost seemed like you attracted a situation that just seemed so right for this moment.
It just felt so perfect. And that's what it's kind of like. People are constantly thinking to themselves like, oh, that's why I was thinking like after you got rejected a few times, you were probably a little bit disheartened a little bit, right? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you weren't. But what happens is that as you continued, because most people, they get a few rejections, they're disheartened. But then as you continued, the universe will almost provide the people that are meant to be there in a way. And everything that he was talking about, everything that he was saying was basically allowed you to heal in that type of way. And this is what I love about social conversations and social situations and being able to connect with people, because there's a lot of aspects in ourselves that are so unhealed, and that we can't use social media to heal it. We can't use sometimes, like, there's such a broader world around here, an energetic world that's going on right now.
Because social media, it's a quick dopamine kind of
exactly
thing. And the thing about it is that people become addicts, addicted to it. They're no longer normal in that sense. So instead of trying to, live the human experience, they're just being like, well, I can do it here and look, but never actually talk to anyone.
Yeah.
I mean, check it out, the research about it, it's especially on the human brain. I mean, the reason why no one loves the little things anymore is because they don't have that same dopamine rush. And that's a scientific part of it, yeah.
Exactly. And I just want you to just like, you've already noticed it, just like notice and appreciate, like,
when you talk to people, serotonin in their face, it's,
the intelligence of this man that just manifested right in front of you. And then you look at the normal day-to-day conversations that you have with your old-time friends, and you're like, why don't they really talk like this sometimes? You ask yourself, like, you question, like, how did randomly, spontaneously, out of nowhere, a person like this came? Two people came that are speaking kind of about similar things right here. And it makes you think there's something more that's going on in our world right now, energetically, that we're not aware about, that we're not consciously aware about. And this is an experience that I wanted to give you. Something that happened so organically happened right now.
Well, it's supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, that's how you have ventures and all this kind of stuff. I mean, it's basically just describing the law of attraction.
Exactly.
If you know that, that's a very real law. I mean, it's, you can just sense someone who's just, everyone wants to be around someone who wants making you feel good and all that kind of stuff, right? Everyone wants to be around that. That's why that person has so many.
Surround yourself with that positive energy.
Positive energy, yeah. No one wants to be someone around negative, because that'll bring you down. Well, or if you're happy and they're negative, well, they just take that energy. But if they're not, learning from it, reciprocating, well, they're just like a vampire, and you don't want to be around negative people. That's why you separate yourself from the negative. If you have negative friends, you should separate from them. It's a feeling, and you can tune into it. It's a nice feeling,
And to just break it down a little bit more, notice the initial 10 seconds when he came up to you. And notice the initial 10 seconds when you came up to the other people. They were kind of a little bit more closed off, a little bit unreceptive, a little bit like this, a little bit like that, right? When you came up to him, he was like, oh, thank you for the cookie. Wanted to start a conversation, then asked me about the camera, and then it just kind of flowed. So what you want to notice is that it's not about going up to everybody and speaking to everybody. You want to notice the vibration as to where they are at. Are they flowing? Are they free? Are they in conversation? Are they interested? Are they engaged? Are they receiving you as a person? Are they listening intently to you as a person? Are they willing to be vulnerable to you as a person? Or are they kind of closed off, a little bit insecure, a little bit shy, a little bit hesitant? Like, you can still speak to them, but what you're going to notice is that it's going to feel like you're forcing it when you're having a conversation with them. So when going up to people, go up to everybody, but you want to constantly examine their energy. Is their energy in high vibration energy, or is their energy in low vibration energy? And I'm not saying they're any worse as a worse as a person if they're in low vibration energy, but it's just going to feel forced for you. It's not going to be a win-win for you when you still continue to be social with them. So one thing is about being social with everybody, but also understanding the energy of that person so you can actually interact with them, which is beautiful. So, yeah. So, what you're about to see is that Nina and Robert are now committed to taking action. They are now committed towards giving to other people. And in that act of giving, Robert and Nina invest time with each other, and actually, investment of time is a language of love. All right, so we're gonna see what happens. This is something that they already naturally do. Nina naturally gives cookies. Robert naturally talks to people. So, and I naturally already film and want to create this. So what we're about to see is that when you have three people already naturally aligned with love, what is the potentiality of what could happen? And that's what I want you guys to be able to uncover and analyze within this adventure.
I was like, I don't want to bother her, but I was like, should we just ask?
Not wanting to bother people is a highly empathetic behavior. It is a behavior very closely related to the yin aspect of life. Now, our ability to balance out the yin and the yang of life is our ability to create beautiful social conversations, beautiful outplays of depth and understanding, and amazing. What is the yang? The yang is the ability to just do it. To just do it. Now, what you could do is that when you just do it, from there, you can use the yin, the highly empathetic behaviors and understanding of people, to be able to really determine if they want to continue the conversation, if they want to continue speaking, if they want to continue escalating the love and the beauty of this event right here, right now. And that is the power of the yin and the yang. It is this embodiment of unconditional love, unconditional peace. And it's an ever-going, expanding thing if you choose to continue to master the polarities, to master the ability to just do, and also while having massive levels of empathy.
Oh, here's what you do. Go up to them, tap them on the shoulder, greet them with a smile. Would you like the cookie?
I was just like worried because I was like, she seems like she's working. So I was like,
I understand.
You can take at least 5 seconds from a person, gauge their energy, and then from there you can determine whether or not you want to continue persisting.
I mean, no one's going to come up to you and be like, oh, how dare you give me these cookies? I was doing my work. No, I'll never complete it.
How dare you give me this cookie? Now, to be honest, that actually happens. In the process of being social, there will be angry people, there will be people that will show a huge level of disdain. Maybe they will punch you, maybe they will assault you, maybe they will disrespect you, maybe they will say something very not so good, all right? So, it happens. But your ability to be a social master at your craft is your ability to not be deterred by that, to be able to continue being social no matter how hard the trauma is. And honestly, your ability to choose environments that are in high vibrational energy, This is a school setting, so there's a lot of information going on, a lot of teaching going on, a lot of sharing that's going on, a lot of growth aspects that are going on. So that is a high vibrational energy. Your ability to take action in high vibrational environments is your ability to create a reality of peace. The more action that you take in low vibration energy is kind of you creating a reality that's more associated with the terrible aspects of human nature. And yeah, so if you want to create a peaceful life, find environments that are very peaceful.
Okay.
Always think positive.
Sweet. So.
First step.
Did you want a chocolate chip cookie?
Oh, thank you. Thank
No
you.
She made it
problem.
herself.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
No
Full of
problem.
love and passion.
So,
See, it wasn't that hard, was it?
yeah, I was just, I
It
don't
was
know.
all in
I
your
get,
head, bro.
I get worried
What
about
for?
bothering people.
No, people want to be bothered. People want to actually talk to people. I mean, that's why we're out here, right?
Yeah.
That's what keeps us separate. If we keep thinking like that, we're never going to talk to anyone. People will be too afraid to even just interact. How silly is that, right?
Pretty silly.
In the big city, it's like people always ignore each other. But if you ever notice in the urban cities where people don't even see other people, they'll be, and you walk in, you'll be like, "Oh, hey, hey, buddy, like, so where are you from?" Because there's no one around to talk to. So people need people.
People need connections.
It's all there. That's why we have community, right? That's why we have friends. That's why we have lovers.
So, should we offer them cookies then?
Go right ahead.
Hey, do you guys want some chocolate chip cookies?
I'm good, thank you.
You sure?
Appreciate it though.
No problem. Anybody else? Do you want to hand out some cookies?
I mean, I'm making the skate already. You already made cookies after all. Just look at a person, make eye contact, smile, offer a cookie. If they say no, fine, they don't want a cookie. That's all it is.
Okay, that makes sense.
Anyone. I'm here with you.
Hey, do any of you guys want chocolate chip cookies? Yes. Yes, and yes. Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with the mic.
No.
No, just, thank you.
Yeah,
so
I had them
They're
for
just
my
freshly made.
I had them for my class, and I had extras. Cookie. Mhm. And for you,
Oh,
no problem.
You could tell, huh?
they're so good.
Now you have less cookies.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
All right, so what's beautiful here is that she's getting a bit of no's, a few no's, and what's happening is that it's making her a little bit hesitant. It's making her a little bit fearful. It's making her a little bit self-conscious. And that actually ruins your ability to take action. Although it wasn't personal to her, sometimes that's what the low vibration energy wants you to think. However, as she continued to take action, as she continued to make decisions regardless of what the world was giving to her, an abundance was received. 4 yeses. 4 people that said yes in one little asking. And I want you guys to realize that I have personally seen that throughout my journey, where the moments where I have the most amount of doubt, the moments where I have the most amount of fear, the moments where I have so much things that are going inside of my body, that the moment when I make that decision of courage, things just kind of come. The moment where I'm kind of cocky, I kind of expect it, it's like, cool, I'm still making decisions of courage, but then it's like the energy's a little bit different. So you want to be massively aware of whether or not you're in high vibration energy and in low vibration energy, and maybe, just maybe, the universe, people, the things around you will reward you.
So, where should we go?
Outside.
Move on outside? Do you guys want some cookies? A chocolate chip?
Very good.
Okay. All right, well, have a nice day. Should we move on down? Excuse me, do you want a chocolate chip cookie?
A cookie?
Yeah,
Okay.
chocolate chip.
Nice. You know, I'm a cookie monster.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, thank you.
No problem.
Yeah.
All right.
For any reason or?
Oh, no, I just had some left over from my speech class, so I thought I'd just hand them out.
Wants to feed hungry people that loves cookies.
Yeah, spread the happiness.
That's the thing, though. A lot of people like to be on camera. Believe it or not.
I get nervous. Like, I don't know.
Don't be nervous about it. Just be yourself, and that's what the camera gets, right?
Yeah.
You're not trying to be anyone different.
I think, I don't know, cameras just make me nervous, kind of like the whole stage fright thing, but
It's like an eye watching you.
yeah.
Well, guess what? I'm watching you too.
Yeah.
Everyone else is. You know, there's a camera there.
Having people being there for you to allow you to grow and expand is a beautiful manifestation, is a beautiful thing. But a potential trap that you can fall into is that you depend on people to make your decisions, to make your decisions of courage. So although she received this beautiful manifestation of a lot of crazy things just happening to her right now, do not depend on that if you still want to continue making courageous decisions.
Hi, would you like a chocolate chip cookie?
I'm sorry, I'm allergic to eggs.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Have a nice day, though.
I've always had a hard time dealing with the projection of rejection. But what happens is that when you continue to make decisions of courage, the courageous feeling, the courageous vibration will almost protect you from that feeling of going down. So continue to make decisions of courage because it is a beyond beautiful thing.
Yeah, there it wasn't. I couldn't balance it right, so I had to do fractions, but
Pardon
it
us.
came out the same answer.
Would you
You guys
guys
like
like
a
some chocolate chip
I'm good.
cookies?
Thank you, though. Thank you, though.
All right. Well, have a nice day.
Is this something new for you?
Huh?
Is this something new to you?
Giving out cookies?
Yeah.
No. Whenever I bake, I like to hand them out because obviously I can't eat them all myself, but it's
Well,
just
perfect.
nice.
You're natural.
Yeah, in high school I used to bake tons of cupcakes, tons of cookies, brownies, and just hand them out.
So what you'll find fascinating here is that as she continues to make decisions of courage, notice how she's actually becoming more comfortable. She's actually becoming more into this place of being in high vibration instead of this place of doing and forcing and awkwardness and nervousness. And it's literally a transition as a person when you continue to make decisions of courage.
Hey, would you like a chocolate chip cookie? Yeah, here.
It goes great with the ramen.
Just kind of sucks that my cooking there's broken.
Oh, really? Well, I hope you enjoy your cookie. Have a nice day.
Now, in this moment here, Nina and Robert happened to stumble upon a person that was kind of open to sharing little bits and pieces of himself. Those are little indicators that you can actually expand the social conversation. And you could really take the time to actually get to know this person. Now, here's the thing. There's 3 people and there's a camera following them, and I have kind of taken the authority of being a director. So does that mean there's no need, like, number one, reward, clap for being able to make a beautiful decision of courage and just being able to give a cookie. But to the people that are maybe alone, that are still trying to figure it out, those are the glimpses, those are the little things that you want to be able to recognize when trying to find people to just start a conversation with, trying to find people to create a higher level of social intelligence for yourself.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I have some tissue here. Okay.
Goes great with coffee.
Thank you so much.
Would you like
Thank you.
No problem.
Appreciate that. Very nice.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're so pretty.
That's
you.
exactly what I said. I'm actually like, wow, what a gorgeous girl.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. You guys are so sweet.
Thank you.
Aw.
It's the truth.
Have a good day. Thank you very much.
Now, what Nina is doing right now is that she is saying thank you. And I want to beautifully imprint that in her mind, that that is the most beautiful thing that you can do in any conversation. Now, what happens is that when you say thank you, the other person that receives it, it's not like they're receiving these ecstatic emotions or whatever. What happens is that when you say thank you, you're actually the one receiving the high escalating of emotions, because you're placing yourself in the vibration of gratitude. That is a high vibration energy, and any kind of high vibration energy supports life. Low vibration energy detracts from life.
Love is a principle that can help you in life, because there's a rule in the Bible.
Now, what I love about this is that I used to have this huge hate and repulsion for religious people, because I would always have experiences of them taking my time away. They're taking my time. And, you know, cool. You know, like you value your time, that's great. But I want you to look at it energetically. That hate, that distress, that response needs to be healed. Because what happens is, if that's not healed, your ability to really see the people that are speaking to you as human beings and not a religion, as human beings, as their energy, looking at them for their energy, it really allows you to create a higher level of social intelligence, energetic awareness of people. And it is beyond profound what you can learn from everybody, and not the people that you specifically want to spend your time with.
It says, what you don't want people to do to you, you shouldn't do it to others. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yes.
Another one is, there's more happiness in giving than is in getting, receiving. You know? And when you learn all those principles, your life is more easy. You know? It's better than just go after whatever you want and it's my life and I can do whatever I want. Mm-hmm. No, you gotta think about other people, your parents, your family, you know, your siblings. So there's a lot to learn, Papa. There's a lot to learn. Okay?
Okay.
Well, have yourself a good day.
Thank you. You
Thank
guys
you so
too.
much for the cookies. Okay?
I hope you enjoy it.
Okay, bye-bye.
So I know in situations, whenever I'm in a negative headspace, things don't go my way, and it just keeps going downhill from that, with that negative energy inside me. But whenever I just think I can do this, things are gonna go right, and I'm just get into that positive headspace, then things just seem to work out naturally. Like he said, the universe just provides what I need. And I think it's just about getting into that right headspace, just thinking positively. I think that's just how you should live your life, because then it'll just make things go your way, and then you can just be happy.
If you're in doubt, the universe isn't gonna give you what you want, for instance. If you're like, oh, why can't I have a girlfriend? Or why this and this? it's negative thinking. Those people don't get what they want because they're not in a good state of being. So when you're vibrating a good vibration and you're open to things, you're like, I want this, and even though something in the past might conflict with what you want, to the universe that means nothing. The universe is infinite, just everything. And to the universe, it's like, well, that's not impossible. Everything's possible. So when you realize that, and you desire it, and you open up, you trust the universe to give you this, right? The universe, well, might give you it. It might not be what you want, but it's definitely gonna help you, right? You just have to let go and simply trust the universe. The universe is everything. All right, that's it.
Thank you.
So I just want to thank you guys for being able to watch this video and really being in the vibration to receive this video. And if you guys could do me a favor by liking, subscribing, and potentially sharing this video, that would mean the world to me. Thank you. And I want to also thank you, Nina and Robert, for being able to be the embodiment of love, being the embodiment of courage and action, and really helping me realize my dreams and helping me manifest my truest intentions for this world. And my intention for this world is honestly to create this huge crowd of love where people are connecting with each other, socially involving with each other, and really taking the time to understand each other. And I just made a few mistakes, and I'm gonna keep those flaws in the video. Woo!